Welcome to the Boston Sports Hack, the show where we talk about Boston sports and stuff. My name is Felix Brown. Across the desk is Annie. Good morning, Annie.
Good morning.
How you feeling this morning? The Patriots are coming off a 16-9 squeaker against the Raiders. How'd that feel? That's a great question.
It was a great question, and you're way too enthusiastic. It felt awful.
Yeah, well, I tweeted out before the game that this was going to be a much closer game than everyone here in Boston was anticipating, and certainly the Patriots didn't disappoint.
No, they did not. They fulfilled that expectation, which is such a bummer though, because it should have been what had been predicted. Like they were 2-touchdown favorites.
Yeah,
that's how it should have gone.
So break it down. What went wrong?
Break it down.
Break it down.
I'm gonna start with my favorite topic of all time. Guess what it is?
Can I guess?
Yes.
Coaching.
Yes.
Bam.
It's the root of all evil in this team. It really is. And today, I'm going to spread the love because it's all three of them.
All three of them. So tell me about what in the coaching department stood out to you. I didn't see it.
Okay, really?
I watched a different game, I guess.
Did you? Okay. Well, all right. Well,
because that's not my number one.
Really? Okay. Well, and I think we probably agree. Actually, number one we probably agree on. I'm starting with this, but I'm guessing we're going to go offense eventually, right? Yeah, but in the meantime, I'm going to say Josh McDaniels is a little bit of an issue. I know.
So the play calling.
The play calling was an issue, and that time management at the end of the first half, awful, atrocious.
It was.
Atrocious. I mean, that's so un-Patriots-like, right? And I'm torn with him, though, because maybe the problem is the talent. Maybe he doesn't have the talent to execute what he wants to execute. And when you're trying to... Brady is getting older and less accurate, which we'll get to in a bit. But I guess if you're second and long, it's hard to run the ball, right? I mean, they're not really putting themselves in situations where they can run the ball. So that's a problem. So maybe it's not totally him, but I feel like he's either not creative enough or he gets way too creative. There's no middle ground with him. There's no consistency. And they don't just develop a plan and start to just carry it out.
Sounds like a John Farrell lineup for the Red Sox.
Right?
But
exactly.
Yeah, I think coaching is definitely a problem, but I don't think you hit on it. They don't have the players to coach. And we go back to week one when we were talking about this, when we were doing our preseason look. They didn't go out and get Brady any weapons.
Right.
And you go out there, Danny Amendola missing in action.
Totally.
LaFell.
Awful.
Terrible.
Cut his ass out of there. Seriously.
So the only one that did anything was Julian Edelman. So I don't think there's a huge shortage of talent. And they're sitting on $12 million under the cap right now.
No, you're right. That's totally.
So I think
that's a good point.
The players weren't there, but that's not why they lost the game. Do you want to know why they lost the game? Or are we still waiting for you to share that with us?
We're still on coaching a little bit.
Can
I one more thought on the coaching? I mean, you know how I feel about Matt Patricia. I feel like he is not up to par at this point.
Defense gave up 9 points.
Yeah, but did you feel confident in them? See, everyone says that. I didn't feel confident. And they threw to Revis. They threw to that side of the field. Yeah. I don't feel like... It wasn't a lockdown defense. Yeah, they kept them to 9 points, but I don't feel...
Against a really bad team.
Right, exactly. I don't feel confident in that. But I think it starts with Belichick, actually. That's who I'm going to go after is Belichick. Okay. And I think, again, they play with not much heart. There's not a lot of effort in this team, and that's what really bugs me.
I don't know so much. I might disagree with you a little bit. I don't know if it's so much heart as lack of talent. And then the key thing for me, well, lack of talent, definitely on the offensive side of the ball. So no receivers, but no offensive line to speak of. They were awful. Again,
awful.
Not as bad as week one. Solder's he's terrible. And you think that guys like Solder, who's a young up and coming player, would improve every year, but he's regressing.
I think he's leveled off, or regressed. Definitely leveled off.
I think he's regressed.
Yeah.
So, but the thing that stands out to me, and I'm going to get yelled at, and fans are going to boo me, and we're going to get lots of bad tweets, but Tom Brady is old. He missed so many throws, so many open receivers.
And that's what bugged me today. I so agree with that point 1,000%. And this morning, listening to some of the other Boston shows, to start off with, they were saying about how, he was rushed a lot. And he was rushed a lot. But there were a couple times where he had plenty of time to throw. Yep. And he still missed people. I agree. He looks off.
He's hearing footsteps. And
he's
it's
off.
In the back of his mind. I think he's counting, to 3, and then he's getting rid of the ball, whether there's some pass rush or not. So I think offensive line was a huge deal yesterday. I think Brady getting older, the thing no one wants to talk about, or they're starting to talk about after yesterday. So no offensive line, Brady's getting older. Recipe for 8-8.
8-8.
That's what I'm predicting.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to go that far yet because you know me. But it's also a confidence issue with that, too. I think Brady, he's hearing ghosts, but he's also, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I think he thinks that they're going to suck, and then they do suck, so then he gets just discouraged. I mean, there were times yesterday he looked like he didn't want to be there sometimes. Like, the head's down. He doesn't have that spark that he usually has. And I don't know why. It seems like he just knows that they're not going to go anywhere, but he needs to step up and be more of a leader that way. I'm a little sick of that, like I said before, but...
Crybaby-ishness.
Yeah, but it's a self-confidence issue. I think once you think you're going to suck and then you do, because there's no consistency with that offense at all. And that starts with him, in part.
So I watched the Denver-Seattle game.
Oh, yeah.
Not to go too long on that, but what I kept thinking in the back of my mind is, could the Patriots beat either of these teams? And the answer was a resounding, absolutely not. There's no way. And I know it's early, week 3, and they build up over time, but I don't think that they're going to be as resilient.
Are they getting better, though, in week 3? I mean, it's week 3. Do we feel like they're getting better? I mean, some areas, yes. Penalties were a little bit better. They had 6 for 59 yards, but it's still not great.
Yeah, it's still terrible. And some big plays got called back. And luckily, they had a little bit of luck. The Raiders actually tied the game.
I know. Huge luck. Minutes. I mean, they actually easily could have lost that game, really.
It is. Final thoughts on this Patriots ugly win?
I think it's trending in the wrong direction. I'm not trying to write them off yet. I know I was really high in the beginning of the season. We all know that. And I don't want to write them off, but just as a gut sensation, I feel like they're heading in the wrong direction. And that kind of is worrisome. There's a lot of problems. That
was the least, I want to say likable, but that was I felt awful after the game, and it was the least satisfying win I've ever been on.
It's true. They're actually not fun to watch right now either too much. I mean, we do it, and it's still football, but I mean, they're not a fun team that I don't know, something about them hasn't clicked yet,
So the Patriots go to Kansas City next Monday night. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? It's going to be a tough game.
I've always thought that'd be a tough game. It's a hard stadium to play in. Great loud crowd, but you know what? I didn't realize that they won just their first game yesterday. I thought they had won one prior to that as well. But
they look pretty good.
They have a lot of injuries.
They do.
And they're trending upwards a little bit. I feel like they're starting to maybe.
But that's a week to week thing with the NFL.
I know.
That's why it's hard to predict.
It's totally hard to predict. But I'm gonna say that it's gonna be tough. I think they might lose that game.
I think the Patriots lose it 30-17. That's my prediction for next week.
Blowout.
What's your prediction? Give me a score.
I'm gonna say they're gonna lose 28-21.
28-21. All right, Annie. Guess what? We're out of time.
Wow.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/SportsHack and follow us on Twitter at SportsHack72. My name's Felix Brown.
Oh, I'm Annie.
We'll see you next week.